So hello everyone, I am back. Let's continue from where we left. So we have decided our tech stack. I have also shown you the code base, I guess. So now let me show you the Supabase setup also. I have done that also off stream. Yeah. Let me directly show you in the schema visualizer. So I've created a schema which is like the name of the schema is private. Is my voice? Yeah. So there are just two tables and basic auth setup, which is again provided by Superbase. So let me just zoom it in, and yeah, so in medicine we just have to like take the name, dosage, uh, how many medicine does user take, like the dose of it, and then if there is any note or not. For now we are not supporting images. We will be adding support of it laterwards, and then there is created. Then this is for scheduling medicine. For now I just have a link to the medicine ID. User email we do not need. I don't know why I have added. We will just remove it. Then this is the main thing, which is recurrence pattern. I will show you in a while what this is. Then these two values will store the last running time and when the schedule needs to be hit the next time, and then the status, and then retries if there are any fails or not. So this is quite a basic setup. Let me move to table editor and just remove the sorry for that, remove the user email. As we do not need it, we will drop by cascade, doesn't matter because there is no data currently. Okay, so it has been deleted. Now what we need to do is let me take you to the authentication setup. Just give me a second. Yeah, so let me show the providers. I have just turned on the Google provider for now because we will simply be having like login with Google. That is quite enough for it. Or else we can just have login with email ID and password also. But yeah, I have set up the client ID, client secret ID won't show, and then the callback URL also. If you want, I will show you the Google setup also, or we can set up Google in a new video. Okay, so I just saw something. I misspelled medicine. Yeah, it happens sometimes. So let me just fix it out. It will be saved asynchronously. Let me go to API where you can see the project keys and all. It is saying failed to fetch. I guess we need to refresh. Maybe there is some issue. There is some issue at Superbase and I don't know why it's not loading. Where failed to refreshing browser, reach out to support ticket. Okay, we will refresh. Yeah, so now we have no. You need additional permissions. I don't know why. Maybe some other issues. Let's not focus on it. Let's focus on the part that is required. So let me take you to the SwellKit application. They zoom in and ज़्यादा zoom हो गया क्या? This is better, I guess. Let me take you to the browser. Am I live now? Am I live now? Let me check in myself. Yeah, I guess we are live. Okay, let's get rolling. Okay, we have done everything from the Supabase side. Meanwhile, I will just open Supabase login with Google documentation. Let's move to the documentation directly. Okay, I have done all this and I have enabled the scopes and all in my Google project. This all is done. Then we just need to put this code, but we are having a server side application, so we need to use a PKCE flow. Yeah, so on server we can use like this. We just provide the redirect to URL and it will consider it as PKCE flow. Let's try to implement it. Where are we? Are on routes. Let's add a login to Google, login with Google button first. We need a button, login with Google. Then we can close it in a form. We will use method as post and action. We are currently in page.svelte. We will want it to go to auth, and the name of action we will give it sign in with Google. We will be using use enhance so that we can just prevent it on default, and we are also having some more control over form. Handle login with Google. Let's create it. It's gonna be a sync function from the documentation what I see. Yeah, and then for this yeah, we need to set up a Supabase server client. If you are not using SSR or cookie based auth, you can directly use the create client. If you are using a server side rendering, as we are using server side rendering of SvelteKit, we need to go to like see the server side auth guide. So let's quickly see it. There are all the steps. We need to install it. Let's go and install Supabase SSR. Then we need to set up environment variables that we already have with the same key. And then they have directly given SvelteKit hooks, and then root layout load, root server load, like they have given each and every part of code that we need. So that's pretty straightforward. We just need to copy the code from paste it in our hooks.server.ts. Let's create one. Hooks.server.ts, or we can just disable the SSR, but no, I want SSR. So it is not having Supabase in locals. For this we need to update the app.d.ts. In this we need to update the locals. It is having Supabase with Supabase client. I guess it should be okay. It should not complain. Yeah, it is not complaining. Then we need to implement this as well. This is a method from which I have seen. Is it returning anything? It is returning session and user. So we also need to return session and user. Session being what is the type of session? Session, user. session, user is user, or it could be null as well. Now I guess it okay, it is a async function, so it should return a promise. But why I have added this, I don't know. We just need to add a return type to it, and what it is complaining now is not assignable to type. Promise session user null. Null is not assignable to type session, but session में null. अच्छा, okay, session can also be null. Makes sense. If user can be, then session can also be, right? Just save the file, and we don't see any TypeScript error. Let's now handle login with Google in this. It is a type of handle function. Form action, no, form action not. Server action, let's see in the documentation, or let's see it in line as well, what it is returning. Submit will take a callback, which we are giving. It will have a destroy. First, let's enable TypeScript in Svelte. Let's format this ones, and then I'm not sure, is it action? No, it is not action. What is the type of submit function? Yeah, we have a submit function, and it is happy now. Also, we do not need to give thing, or we can just no, we do not. So let's do this. Let's add a disabled, or I have let me see the components. Do I have a button? No, I don't. So let's log in in progress. Let's define this. It is false, and here it is true, and then we can just, it returns a callback. It is supposed to return a callback. In callback we have again a update function and a result function. So we just need to call the update function so that anything happens in the form, it reflects in the front end, or reflects in the state of the form. If somehow the result is not success, do we even need to handle it? Okay, let's handle it. If result dot type equal to error, what can we do? We can show a toast. Do we have a toast? No, we don't. let's add a toast. Let's add self owner. Let's see the documentation. It's a Vercel component. Directly install it. So it is installed. What we need to add is, we need to add a toaster component in our root. So our root is layout.svelte. Let's add a toaster component. Let's import, and then there are a few other options which I know. Color, let's add color. What does it take? Does it take true? No. Color takes a string, and let's see what is color. Okay, we can first give position bottom right, then rich colors. Okay, not color, rich colors actually. So I guess it is fine. Let's give a default duration to it of 5 seconds. What is going on? So we have toaster. Let's just call the toast showing. We can show the directly result, the response that we have. Not error. Else we can show login success. No, we do not need to, as it will redirect to the Google and then it will come back. Yeah, so I guess that is pretty much it. Let me first change the formatting of it. Tabs तो ले भाई. uh, okay. Okay, where were we? We were at a supervised client, and now let's create a root layout load plus layout.ts. Let's just copy the code and see if there is anything we can do on it. I don't think so we need to do anything, because each and everything is predefined. The data is possibly null. Okay, we just use a optional chaining. Then it says cookie does not exist on type never, because data type is not defined. So this is coming from hooks. We know this will be coming for sure, but what we can do is we can just return an empty array. I guess cookies get all cookies. Okay, if did why is so much, well, if not data dot cookies, if not wait, let me do this. If not cookies in data, why is my keyboard typing twice? Not cookie in data, then we will just return null. What is going on, man? And wait, why is it not true? If not boolean is, what the fuck? Why is there cookie data? And data is possibly null. Okay, if data and not there, then return null, else return data dot cookie. Now data, why is data null now? Cookies need to return cookie method server. From there we have defined a method, object method with get all, and then what is the type of data? Contains data returned by the root server array. Okay. Let's define the root server layout first. Why are we even hoping the cookies to be present when it is not? Let's create a layout.server.ts file. Array, the fuck, man. Server file, and just paste the code. Why is layout server load complaining, man? Seriously, layout server load, why it is, why why it is not coming? it is expecting what I have misspelled. Layout.server.ts, everything is fine from my side. No exported name layout server load. Okay, layout server data, but this is why. Uh, uh, uh. Wait, let's go to SvelteKit. SvelteKit layout server. Loading data. It is layout data, layout.server. It is defined like this only. Y types. What the heck? What I'm doing wrong here? Is it because of my browse? Because of my VS Code? Let me reload. Is my server running? Why is my server not running? Yeah, that was the issue because types were not compiled and my server, I don't know why it was not running. Now it is running. We are in layout.ts. Now you see we do not need all this shit as data has been passed, and this will be passed to layout.ts, and then supervised code works. Let's see what else we need to add. Okay, so we have successfully added the SSR side of superbase in SvelteKit. Now just need to call this method superbase.auth.signin with auth. But you need to make sure superbase is always coming from okay, we should make sure it is coming from it will come all down to layout.ts, then it should be coming to layout.svelte. So now what we can do is export let data. It is a type of page data. Yes. What are my ESLint rules? Why it is so pissed off? Where is prettier? There is no prettier file. Right? There is no prettier file, but tab space. Let's give it 2 for all the files. Let's just see now. It should be working fine. So we are having, let me log this thing out, data dot superbase. Let me see what it has to offer. Giving us a save get session is not a function. Okay, save get session is here. It is going to layout dot server dot ts. Locals dot save get session should be having a function, but it is not having. I don't know why save get session is a function. Let's see our locals. Let's see how our local. Oh, wait. It is coming out to be empty. Interesting. What have we done wrong? It is having handle method hooks.server dot. Oh wait, I have added it in routes. My bad. It should not be in route. Now I guess everything works fine. Let's just go to the so we are having a superbase client which will itself take from server or from client side depending on the environment we are in. So next part we need to add a form action. Where is our form? What is the name of action? This We will just go to route, make a directory. Then we just need to create a page.server.ts. We need to export actions and then create an object. Creating a function inside the object. And let's see if I am coming. And actions will be a type of form action, obviously. Form action. No, action. What? It does not exist on type action. Export constant actions. Action is export constant actions is equal to server action. Oh my god, my keyboard. Array, my keyboard is server action. No server action. Let's see ना superbase में जाके form action. Let's see form action. Where is the definition? Export const actions. What is type of actions? They have not defined type of actions. Okay, it satisfies actions, but I've also used the same thing. No? Actions. Oh my god. Oh. My bad. Layout.sert, you can just remove this consoles and all. In page.server, we will be having locals object which we are taking superbase, and then we just need to copy this superbase.auth.sign in with auth, and then it is a type of promise. We can just await on it, we can listen on it, data and error. If it is having any error, we do the stuff, else we will redirect with 303 status code. That is, as it is a user and like it is a browser based redirection, and data will be having a URL, and that's it. We are happy. It is an async function. If we are having an error, we will just fail, use superbase fail method with 500 status code, and then data would be just a string, fail to login with Google. Oh my god, why is it okay? It expects an object. We will give it an object, no issues. Now why is it complaining when argument of type string or null? Why is theta okay? Or we can just console dot error, the error also. Now it should not complain, man. Okay, URL can be a string and URL can be null also. Wow. If it is null, we need to redirect to. If it is definitely null, we can use a null operator, null calling operator. Okay, so where were we? My voice is going through, right? Yes. So we created the update method, we created handle login with Google, and now let's try to log the result. It should ideally redirect, it should not. Let's see, login with Google. Yeah, it gives something, and then verification for unsupported provider is not enabled, but we have enabled the provider. Provider is not enabled. Okay, let's go to auth, let's go to providers. Google is enabled, man. Why is it complaining? Let's first close all these distractions. So currently what is going on, it is going to Superbase. Provider is Google, code challenge is there, code method is there. Why Superbase is complaining? Let's see its logs. It will be a auth log. No, it should be an auth log, I guess. API gateway, nope. What else it could be? It can't be Postgres. These all are just APIs. It can't be Postgres even. Let's confirm it. Yes, API gateway should be having logs, man. What the heck? What we can do in this case now? I guess Superbase is still down, or I have to change the URL or something. Let's go to project settings. I have changed this. I had changed. Okay, let it be, man. Let it be. Why is it not removing? Okay, there is some bug, I guess. API, everything is fine. What we can do is we can enable private schema as well. Let's add private schema, add extra search path so that our functions and functions and all can use this. Like, just save it. Everything is saved. Superbase log drain. Oh my god. What can I do now? This is my extension error. Ignore it. Login with Google. Provider is not enabled. Authentication provider Google, it is enabled. Let me disable it and save. Now let me enable, save. Let's try to refresh. No, same error. Is the URL changed? Is it changed? Okay, I need to go to env. For that I will just zoom a lot. Okay, it has changed. It has. Oh my god. Never mind, I will create some other service keys. Yeah, I'm back. Okay, where were we? Let's get back to our application. Let's refresh. Now let's try to log in with Google and fingers crossed. Okay, unauthorized. Interesting. FVN. Wait. FVN. Yes. We got the code. We got the code. Have we even completed the setup? Okay, it is going to data.url or slash for that reason, because we have not given redirect to options. Redirect to, we want pkce. and we can just take URL. We need URL, say origin, and then let's create a callback route call. Let's create a directory, page.server, page.server, or for that method it will just hit a get API, like the Google server will hit a get API. So what do I need now? You can find all this in their documentation as well. Redirect to, then data.url will be there, so they have also applied if if block, and then in the server.ts this is the code that we need to add, and it is basically a get method which is taking in code. Next is the redirect thing. Once the authentication is successful, where to redirect, this will come in next. Then it is slicing the trailing slash and then edit itself, I don't know why. And then we are making a redirect, and if there is any error we are redirecting to this page. So let's just create this as well, auth code error plus page dot build error login with Google with provider. Let's just add a message. Let's save everything. We will be having data in it. Now I hope our Google login should work fine. Okay, I'm not console logging data as my. Okay, I will just reduce the screen so that my token are not leaked. Obviously my Google token are not leaked. Okay, I'm back now. Let's go to our app, clear everything. Now hit login with Google. Okay, error login with provider. What is the error? Let's just log the error. Invalid API key. Oh my god, API key have also been changed now. Okay, that is good for us. What you can do is you can just copy this, go to our environment file. Now it doesn't matter, you just see my file, no issues. Just paste it. For the secret key, I need to make it secret. Okay, I'm copying I'm adding my secret key. Okay, the key has been added. Let me share the screen. Yeah, we are back. Now try. Let's again try. Uh, let's go to root. Try the login in Google, and I guess we are successful. Okay, we are successful. We got the data. I'm not showing the data. I'm not gonna show the data. This is most sensitive data. So now as our login with Google is successful, uh, we need calendar access also. We will be doing that later. Yes, I was on a call, just got a call. So we have login with Google working fine. We need calendar access. We will be taking that later once we will implement that, because initially taking calendars and all is not recommended. Now let's go to our documentation. So we need a CRUD, medicine CRUD. We need UI as well as backend. Like backend is Supabase, so we don't need anything. And then a scheduling algorithm. So I have already created this. Then for reminding, we have already done login with Google. That will be working for user ID as well. Like our user will be coming from Google integration only. My voice, yeah, everything is fine. So now what we can do is, what we should target first. So see, UI and all will be done later. Let me show you as well as explain the logic behind scheduling algorithm. Let's go to our database. Let's go to the functions. For scheduling, I'm using cron. PG cron is an extension. Supabase, I have a documentation on it. You can easily find when you write Supabase cron. They have pretty good documentation. So I have turned on the extensions. Then I've written a function to send you reminders. And if I just show you, there is a cron active. It is in the cron schema. Then you will see a job. It have a job. In job, let me show you where I can wait. Let's go to table editor, cron, then jobs. So we are calling a function which is private dot send due reminders every 5 minutes. Now let me show you the function. Okay, my internet was down. Am I back? Am I back? It's still buffering. Yeah, I guess I'm back. I'm back. Now I was showing you the send due reminders function. Let me do this. Let me copy this, paste. Sorry for it. Paste it in the VS Code so that there is much more readability. Let me close this also. So these all are the variables. Then let me go one by one what is going on. I have set up few secrets for project URL, project secret, and then we will be using an edge function to send the reminders, whether it is a post notification, whether it is a push notification. Like we have decided for push only, so this is mainly concerned with sending push notifications. We will be using Firebase and all this will come later. Then I'm checking if project URL is null or secret null. I'm just throwing an exception. Then we are building an edge function URL, which is like, again, this is a method to make the variables dynamic. Nothing much else. I would have to just write like HTTPS, then the superbase URL, functions v1 / function name, and if I ever need to change the function name, or if I ever have to need to change the project URL, everything will be fucked off. So it's better to keep a URL, like keep it in a database only. Then I showed you the schedules table, right? So from the schedules table, I'm selecting everything, limiting to 100 records. For updates, keep log. What this statement does in Postgres is, till the time being we are doing the execution of the 100 task that we have picked off, it will apply a lock on each and every, it will apply a lock on table. Like all these records will be locked, and you would not be able to do any task on these records. As if I enable this, let's say I have a cron that is running every second, what will happen is, if I do not have this statement, every second it will just select this, like all these records will be selected multiple times, and then the execution will go on multiple times on the same record. So to prevent that, I have added this for update skip log, which is basic Postgres syntax to add a lock time being we are making the operations. So now I'm just logging the variables, creating a request payload which will be used in future as my edge function URL. Like edge function expects data in this way. Medicine ID, it have not been created yet. I will create it tomorrow only. I don't think so I have bandwidth to create it today. Then I'm just calling the function, like the edge functions, passing in the data request payload, using in the HTTP library that is provided by Postgres. Like it is also an extension, type of extension. Method will be post and all. This is like basically axios.post. You can think of it like it, calling an API from a database function. If I got a response of 200, I do some stuff, but let me show you what will happen if I got an exception. If I got an exception, I will just raise a warning. I will update the medicine schedules table where ID is task.id for the current task. And so what I will set is, I will first check if the retries, the column that we have, is greater than max retries. Max retries is again a variable which is set to a static value, which is 3 for now. If we have excluded the retries, then I will set the status as failed, and I'm only taking in the task whose status are pending. If this is the case, it will be failed and it won't be proceed further, like this task will not be proceed further. If retries are not over yet, I'm adding the status as pending. Then I am updating the retries value, which it will take the least of it, like the max retries is 3, and then retries, let's say retries is also 3, then 3 plus 1 is 4, and it will take the least of 4 and 3, which is 3. The retries will never exceed the value 3. Then there comes the next runtime, which is basically setting the next interval of this function to be run, which I have used in the query above, where next runtime is less than equal to now. That is, the task we need to do, the task we need to run, have a next runtime column whose value is less than the current time. I am only selecting those values and then I am ordering it by next runtime. Yeah, so next runtime I am setting the values. This is basically in technical jargons we call it back off. I'm not sure of it, like it basically adds some interval, like let's say first retry will be done in x timestamp, then the second retry will be done after x plus 1 minute, third retry will be done after x plus 2 raised to power retries, which is, let's say, second retry, it comes out to be 4, second retry will be done after 4 minutes, then the third retry will be done after 8 plus 8 into 1 minute, that is 8 minutes. So this is basically back off thing, like exponential back off. I guess I'm not sure. Let me we call it exponential back off. Let's read about it. A closed loop control system that reduces the rate of control process in response to adverse events. For example, if a smartphone app fails to connect to the server, it might try again after 1 second, then it fails again 2 seconds later, then 4, etc., then 8, then 16, and that's how things work. Yeah, so it is called exponential back off only. Let's go back. Then I am calling the sleep method of Postgres, which I am just sleeping for 0.1 second to let it process. This is not required, but I'm just doing it as I do not want to add a load at any particular instance of time. This won't have much effect, but yeah, for my happiness I'm adding it, you can see. So let me show you if the API call is successful, what will happen. If the API call is successful, the recurrence pattern which I showed, that was a JSON-B. I will show its structure also in a while. So I am creating a new recurrence pattern which I am using a JSON-B build object. Like basically what I am doing is I am just updating the JSON with the occurrences. So I will tell all the occurrences and all the keys and all. So what we are doing is we are just taking the recurrence pattern, then updating the occurrences, then taking out occurrences from JSON-B, then just adding 1 to it. Like we have successfully executed this schedule once. Then I am updating the medical schedules to add the next runtime to it. Let's say medicine is scheduled to be taken at 8 AM in the morning, and now today is 23 November. So the next run time should be, because the medicine should be taken daily at 8 AM, next run time should be November 24 8 AM. So that logic is being handled here. uh, so we will come to this. I'm also setting a status. If as thought is recurring, I don't think so we need it, because we will be having recurring task only. Like I added it before. I I thought of something else, but now when I'm thinking, I do not need this. Now what we need is when this is not null. When this is not null, then the status is pending. So okay, we are calling a function which is get next iteration time v2. It is taking the current time and the new recurrence pattern, like the recurrence pattern from here, and then we are checking. If it is not null, then we update the status to pending. If this is null, then we update the status to finished. Like all the scheduling of this current medicine is completed. We do not need to look at it, and it has been completed successfully. There have not been any error. Then I update the recurrence pattern with the new recurrence pattern that we updated earlier, and then I set the retries to 0 because it have been successful. Then I need to update the retries. Whether it is updated or not, that doesn't matter. I'm just updating it again, and then I'm setting the last run time to the current time, like the current time of the system. Let's see what inside get next iteration v2. Let's just copy it and first paste it here, and just as we have updated something, or wait, copy what why is 400 lines, man? What is wrong? Why it is showing 400? What? There are only 100 lines of code. Now there is only one line of code. Now there is only 105 line of code. I guess my keyboard is behaving in a wrong way. Never mind. Failed to update database function, syntax error at or near end. So what we have done wrong is we have left a syntax error. Okay. So we had updated here case. Okay, we do not need this shit anymore. Case and all, we can just directly update it. Now it should be fine. Syntax error at or near status. Comma is missing. All syntax. Let's see. Yeah, now let me show you the next iteration time, which is the heart and soul of the algorithm, which is basically calculating the next time to send the reminder. So again, some variables defined. Then this is the structure of my JSON V, which is recurrence pattern. I have a key for frequency, I have key for interval, day of week, day of month, end type, end date, end occurrence, and the time of day. I can just remove this. Yeah, so I'm just logging things out what I got in the function. Then I'm running a switch case on frequency if we need to do it daily, if we need to do it weekly, or if we need to do it monthly. These three things we have discussed. So let me directly move on to the simpler part first, which is end type. So there should be some end to the scheduling, right? For end of the scheduling, there are two cases, like the parameter to end is on or after. On is basically the date, after is basically occurrences. Like let's say a medical needs to be taken 10 times, so the end occurrence will be 10, and this comes under after wala case. And then if the current occurrences is greater than end occurrences, we return null. Like next runtime mein null aa jayega. Like next runtime will be having null in it. If we specify a date, like this is the end date when I need to stop the scheduling, like I need to stop my medicines. Then also I return null. And if there is like the case is not there, then I'm not doing anything. So now let's go to the daily, like if the frequency of taking medicine is daily, then the next time would be current time, which I am sending as now, plus time of day, like the like let's say 8 a.m. The time of day will be 8 a.m. and then interval into, like this is a syntax to just like interval is a factor, like let's say we need to take it once in 2 days, like the medicine need to be taken once in 2 days, so this will be taken care of this. And then this way next time will be calculated. If it is weekly, then I am adding 1 week to it and calculating the same logic for time. Also there is some caveat, like we can add the day of week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when the medicine needs to be taken, right? So the next time should be influenced by that. I am just increasing up. So let's say today is 23 Saturday. The medicine needs to be taken at 23 Saturday, like 7 days will be added. So for simplicity, let's consider 20 is current date and current is Saturday. The next medicine needs to be taken at next Saturday, which is 27, right? So what this will do is, this will take the current time, just add the time of day, like the time at which the medicine needs to be taken, and then it will add 1 week time to it. This should work, right? But there might be cases when our cron is running late, or there might be some other cases as well. For that we need to adjust the specified day of week. Like this is actually not required when I'm thinking of it. I don't think so what edge case did I think of, but there was some edge case. So let me anyways explain what is going on. Next time equal to next time plus day of week, like the day that is Saturday, minus extract the date from the next time plus 7, adding the 7 days modulus 7, and then minus with date of week. I know it is little complex kind of thing, but not that much. Then I am multiplying like this. Basically calculate the offset from the date, and then after we have the offset, I am just multiplying it with 1 day. That's how in weekly case next time will be sent, and in monthly cases we need to check for Feb and all. So this is according to that. So what I did it, the current time plus interval 1 month, that was static in every case. So now I just calculate the last day of the next month. So let's say the medicine needs to be taken at 31st day of every month, but February don't have 31st, so it needs to be taken at 28. So what I am calculating is, I am calculating the last day of the next month, which is Feb का last day कौन सा होगा. For this I am using the date trunc function, which is postcase built-in function, which gets me the month. The next time we'll add a 1 month, like if this is January, it will add it, it will make it Feb. Then from Feb I am taking like I am extracting the month, which is Feb. I am adding interval of 1 month to it. So now you will think, why this? Let me explain you why this. Let's say I have Feb plus 1 month is March. Then from March I am reducing 1 day. So the March is starting on 1. I am reducing it by 1 day. It will give me the last day of the month prior to that. So it will give me last day of the Feb month. So then I am checking, like day of the month is greater than the day I am taking from here. So like let's say user have selected 31st, and currently it is January. Last day of next month, it will be 29th of Feb or 28th of Feb. So now day of month will be greater because 31, I have selected 31, user have selected 31, then this will be greater. So now we need to adjust the next time. So next time will be adjusted in such a way like last day of the next month, which is 28th Feb. Let's consider 28 days in Feb. 28th Feb plus time of the day. Now we need to consider time also, right? Which we have not considered here yet. So I'm just adding the time of the day and then just erasing some message. And if the day of month is not greater than like let's say user have selected 15th of every month, then 15 January, 15 February, 15 March, everything will be okay. So now in that case what will happen is we are just taking the month from it, adding like the day of month like 15 minus 1, which is 14 into interval 1 day, like 14 into 1 day is 14 days plus time of the day. So that's it. And then if all these cases are not match, I'm just returning like the frequency is unknown. We are not going to process it. So this is the simple logic of it. Let's remove it. I hope my mic is on. Yes. So we have seen all these functions. Now I'm gonna take a break for a while. I will be back after having my dinner. I'll just end